Nadia was 23 minutes late to the most important interview of her life. Train delayed, heel broken, resume slightly wet from running in the rain. She stood outside calculating. Too late to go in, too important not to. She went in anyway. The panel had moved on. She sat in the waiting area, not out of stubbornness, just because leaving felt worse than staying. One seat left. An older man, tired suit-worn briefcase, was standing nearby. She stood up, offered him the seat. He looked surprised. She shrugged and said, "You look like you have been standing longer than I have." He sat. They waited in silence. Time ticked by like a slow drumbeat, each second amplifying Nadia's anxiety as she rehearsed her answers in her head. The older man's briefcase rested heavily on his lap while he looked straight ahead, lost in thought. They occasionally exchanged glances, sharing a silent understanding of the pressure that loomed over them. As the minutes slipped away, a sense of camaraderie formed between them, born from the shared experience of waiting for their futures to unfold. Finally, Nadia's name was called, breaking the tension in the air. She stood up, her heart racing, and exchanged a quick glance with the older man, who nodded encouragingly. Taking a steadying breath, she walked toward the panel of interviewers, her mind racing with both hope and uncertainty. Each step felt heavier than the last, but she reminded herself of the importance of this moment. This was her chance to prove herself, to embrace the opportunity that had felt so elusive. As Nadia settled into her chair, she felt the weight of the panel's scrutiny. The first question came sharp and direct, cutting through her nerves like lightning. "Tell us why you want this position," one panelist asked, pen poised over a notepad. At that moment, all the rehearsed answers scattered in her mind, but she drew on her passion for the industry. With a deep breath, she began to speak, channeling her energy into every word, hoping to make the impression she had dreamed of since applying. Nadia's voice grew steadier as she shared her vision for the role, her ambition shining through like a beacon. Each word became a thread weaving together her qualifications and aspirations, igniting sparks of interest in the panel's eyes. The older man sat quietly among them, a hint of a smile forming on his lips as he recognized the energy she brought into the room. For a moment the nerves faded, replaced by a growing sense of purpose. This was her time to shine. As she concluded her thoughts, silence enveloped the room for a brief moment, tension hanging in the air like a tightly wound spring. The lead panelist smiled and asked her if she had any questions, an opportunity that felt like a turning point. Nadia seized the moment, her curiosity taking charge, as she inquired about the company's future projects and culture. The dialogue flowed effortlessly, transforming the interview from a one-sided examination into a genuine conversation, creating a sense of connection that felt promising. Suddenly, Mr. Osei, maintaining his quiet demeanor, broke his silence. "You came back today even though you missed yesterday. Why?" The directness of his question caught her off guard, but it also sparked something deeper within her. With a steady voice she replied, "Because I wanted this enough to try twice, and showing up twice tells you more about someone than showing up perfectly once." Her words resonated in the room, leaving behind an echo of sincerity. A moment of stillness followed the weight of her answer hanging in the air as the panel absorbed her perspective. Mr. Osei's pen paused, and an unspoken understanding flickered between him and the other interviewers. Nadia's heart raced as she awaited their verdict, uncertain but hopeful, knowing she had laid her truth bare. With the final moments of the interview slipping away, she stood, her mind racing with possibilities, unaware of the impact she had just made. As she walked out of the interview room, a wave of emotions washed over her. Doubt entwined with exhilaration. The door clicked shut behind her, sealing away the moment she had just experienced. In that instant she understood that leaving without knowing their decision was perhaps the most honest way to depart a room filled with unspoken possibilities. Each step away felt lighter, infused with hope as she embraced the uncertainty of what lay ahead. Once inside the elevator, Nadia closed her eyes for a brief moment, allowing herself to breathe amidst the whirlwind of thoughts. She recalled Mr. Osei's words, echoing in her mind like a mantra. It mattered. The weight of each decision she made felt lighter as she realized that integrity and kindness had carved a path for her, one where authenticity could shine bright. As the elevator descended, hope surged within her, igniting dreams yet to unfold. Stepping outside, the warm sunlight enveloped her, invigorating her spirit as she navigated the lively streets. Each face she passed held stories untold, and with every step she felt the pulse of potential surrounding her. Her phone buzzed in her pocket, pulling her attention to the encouraging texts from friends who had been right beside her throughout this journey. Their words served as a reminder that regardless of the outcome, she was never truly alone. As she stood before the coffee shop, a moment of reflection washed over her. The laughter from within felt like a distant melody, echoing the joy of shared moments she cherished. She glanced at the map sprawled across the table next to her, every mark representing a dream yet to be explored. With renewed purpose, she vowed to chart her own course, ready to embrace whatever came next. With each step she took, the city breathed life into her aspirations, igniting a fire within. The bright murals splashed across the walls seemed to whisper stories of dreamers who had come before her, while the laughter and discussions in the park filled her with a sense of belonging. She envisioned herself among those young professionals brainstorming and creating, driven by passion and purpose, ready to craft her own legacy. Finding a quiet spot on a grassy hill, Nadia let the beauty of the sunset wash over her, a reminder that endings can be just as beautiful as beginnings. The vibrant colors mirrored her dreams, filling her heart with warmth and possibility. In her lap lay a well-worn notebook, each page a canvas of sketches and notes capturing ideas that danced like fireflies in her mind. This was her moment, a time to reflect, create and embrace the future with open arms. Seated at a cozy cafe, Nadia felt the exhilaration of sharing her vision with friends who leaned in with excitement, their faces lit by the glow of shared passion. Ideas flowed like the rich aroma of coffee in the air, filling the space with possibilities. Napkins covered with sketches and brainstormed thoughts surrounded them, each scribble capturing the heartbeat of their collective creativity. This was collaboration in its purest form, an energy that fueled her spirit and pushed her dreams closer to reality.